What's up, everyone? The Draft-a-Palooza continues today and every day, 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at noon. We're drafting best ball teams live, real time, DraftKings, Underdog, whatever it is that you want. My name's Kevin Alakay, the Geek from DFS Army, and we are rolling. Tattoo at the dentist. Can't make it today. That's all right. That's all right. I know you'll be back. What's going on, everyone? So once again, we've been hammering through these best ball drafts, going a little bit of DraftKings. We like DraftKings format. A little bit of fan to DraftKings seems a little softer. A little bit of fan Underdog. Yeah, I'm coming off a big Father's Day. Had everybody over the house. Had everyone over the house. All the people. It's a lot of drinking. Got a little headache today. Some presents, some dad stuff. Told some jokes, puns mostly, puns. Dad jokes going on. So yeah, and back. I feel like, Father's Day fantasy. There's a lot of fantasy football talk at my Father's Day celebrations, guys. We do a lot of fantasy football talk. Because what else do you talk about with dudes? You know what I mean? Sports, fantasy football. Little business. I did not grill, so it was a little chilly, a little rainy out here, and wife did not authorize the big barbecue. I was disappointed. I'm not gonna lie, I was disappointed because I had it all ready to go, but we ended up bringing in sandwiches and that kind of shit. Embarrassing, if I'm being honest, because I consider myself a grill master. All right, let's do a DraftKings one, guys. Let's go to DraftKings this time. Fantasy football news. I like to do a fantasy football news update. There's not much going on. Really nothing happened this weekend. A little more sort of fallout from the J.K. Dobbins to Denver situation. And just, I already talked about in the last one. That's, it's been a little diminishment for R.J. Harvey there. We're kind of avoiding R.J. Harvey right now. Not excited about him. Not a whole lot else. There's, more buzz about this or that, but, buzz. Jameson Williams is catching a lot of buzz. Nothing new there. Little buzz around, Caleb Williams and Trevor Lawrence, being breakout candidates this year. But this is all stuff I've talked about. Those guys breakout candidates because they brought in the offensive coordinators from respectively the Lions and the Bucs to those teams, and the expectation is that Lawrence and Caleb will take a step up. We'll see about all that. One of the things I talked about on the last breakdown was kind of the way fantasy football seems to be setting up for this year, where there's really no quarterback that I'm super comfortable waiting on, and there's no Daniels, who was my guy last year. Last year, if you watched my video breakdowns about fantasy football, I said, you can get Jaden Daniels to pick 12. He was a rookie, but he's a running rookie. We like the guys with the legs. We thought he had a lot of upside. He absolutely surpassed expectations. And now, of course, Jaden Daniels is a stud that you have to take in the first 4 rounds in order to have him. We had that last year. The closest thing I see to that this year, and you guys are going to, I don't even want to say it, because I feel like when I say it, you're going to troll me for being a homer. And, I don't feel like I am a homer. I feel like it's real. But I don't even think it's JJ. I don't think it's May. I think it's Justin Fields. I think it's Justin Fields, but it just feels like I'm a homer for saying it. And I don't really feel that confident in it. JJ or May. I mean, does JJ have legs? I don't know if he does. I'm not sure about that, but Drake May definitely had comparisons to Josh Allen coming out of the draft. The problem with Drake May, for me, is it doesn't have no wide receivers. That team is just bizarre. But I think actually the Drake May guy that might do really well this year, if you wanted a hidden surprise on New England, I think it might be Hunter Henry of all people. I think Hunter Henry might end up becoming this valuable, useful tight end. I don't know, right? Maybe. I think that's it's an assumption. I'm going to shut the old phone off, make sure the ringer doesn't bother us. All right, so let's do a DraftKings one, and we'll do an Underdog one to follow it up. But we'll get right back to our favorite contest here, the play action. We're trying to fill it up. I'm trying to get my 20. So here we go, 3, 2, 1, entering the play action on Draft. Yep, a couple spots left. So if you guys want to join me, then here we go. Fling says, oh, there he is. What's up, Fling? Okay, yeah. JJ, and maybe Fling, maybe that was just like that Minnesota offense just leads to good results. It could be that too. Right? But either way, okay. But does JJ have legs? I'm not sure about that. Danny Dimes, Lord King Guru, I like that pick. I like that. I like it more as a late pick. And we've been taking a lot of Danny Dimes. And like, could Danny Dimes have a resurgence of his career? Could it have been the Giants? Could it be a thing like a Darnold or a Geno Smith thing where finally he's rid of that Giants, that terrible offensive line, all that? You know, Richardson's only going to last so long. And maybe, maybe. Tattoo, man, get that sound going, bro. If you're at the dentist office, just tell them, like, put it on the big screen. It's the Geek. Draft-a-Palooza. You don't want to miss the Palooza. There's no missing a Palooza. All right, let's see what we got going on here. We are in here on this. We're back in the play action. Bob We Must is in here with us. So there we go. I believe that's Sean, right? Sean Hoy. And then who else is in here? Where's Soups? There you are, Soups. Soups and Drago at the end. So we got, it looks like, I believe that's Sean. And then Soups and Drago at the end cap. I don't recognize any of the other names. So unless there's a new surprise in here with us, looks like 3 people in the stream. Yeah, Danny Dimes, man. You get him in the last pick. Why not? You know Anthony Richardson is getting hurt. He is not making it through a season. And plus he stinks. He might get benched. And then they'll be like, well, let's see what we got with Danny Dimes. Right? I've been taking Dimes the whole time. If you can get a quarterback that helps your team. Oh, there you are. Douglas Ullman. New name in the chat. What's up, Doug? Great to have you here. Looks like, D. Ullman. There you are. Pick number 5. So looks like right in the middle there. We will do, as you guys know, if you join me on these drafts, you get the fun or the misery of a minor, polite, and kind critique at the end by me, where I will go over your draft and give you my opinion on what went right and what went wrong, not for purposes of shame or any sort of negativity, but rather just, hey, this is what we're doing. We're drafting these. And man, I wish I could have done this just to help improve our overall snake drafting experience. And what I think this will lead to, I hope this year, is all of us who are doing a lot of these having a very successful season-long fantasy draft season. Okay, we are coming up. It is pick 107. All right, we're picking pick 8. CeeDee Lamb goes. Derrick Henry goes. All right, wide receivers, Malik Neighbors, who I love. This is DraftKings. I got so much Malik this year. I do like taking RBs early. I'm going to take McCaffrey. I did it. Ray was supposed to be with us today, but got work bullshit in the way. Got to get your priorities straight, Ray. Got to get those priorities straight. Work is secondary. Best ball is life. All right, let's see where we're at so far. So, yeah, I went with McCaffrey there. Puka, Soups on the board. Malik Neighbors, yeah, sure, right? Malik, I almost took him. Janty, that's a good spot to get Ashton Janty for Ivan Drago there. And let's see how Ivan and Soups follow up those initial picks. I think it's funny that Jefferson has moved all the way up to that 1.4. Again, it's a lot of, let's see, what would I call that? I feel like it's a lot of, faith that's being put into JJ to take a wide receiver tight end with a rookie that high up. Yeah, we need those Ray Zanny takes. I need a guest on here with me just to like help switch up. You know, my drafts are all starting to look a little too similar. All right, let's see what we got going on the draft board here. Careful is up. QBs no. Running back group still okay. Wide receiver group, all right. Yeah, what? Terry McLaurin. I want to set off a hell no. You don't take Terry McLaurin in round 2. I'm going to take Brian Thomas Jr. here. I normally do like to go heavy running backs, as you guys know. But that is some serious value with BTJ at 2.5. I'll take it. Terry McLaurin with that. What? Careful. What are you doing, bro? This guy's probably trying to get Jaden Daniels in round 3 or something, or round 4. I don't know what he's doing, actually. I feel like taking Jaden Daniels just to fuck with him. All right. D. Ullman, Chase Brown. So one of the things I wanted to talk about, but I waited until that pick went off, is I think Chase Brown, now this is way over his ADP. I think Chase Brown is probably one of the underrated players of the season. He reminds me a little bit of, and you know, this pick aside, D. Ullman, this is taking him where I think he belongs, right? But a lot of times you can get Chase Brown well into round 3, and certainly after Jonathan Taylor and, you know, certainly after Jonathan Taylor, certainly after Bucky Irving, even sometimes after Josh Jacobs. So interesting, right? Interesting. I think Brown belongs there. There goes our second quarterback, Lamar Jackson. Tyreek Hill, S. Musil. That is an early take on Reek as well. Kind of a weird one. Now that it's past Dielman's turn, I'm going to say Bucky Irving still available. That's crazy. Trey McBride still available. All right, I kind of like that. Running back group still looking pretty robust. You got some really good wide receivers still available as well. And Trey McBride, one more elite. Marvin Harrison Jr., that's a weird one. Yeah, Monagai. Oh, there we go. Whoa. They left me. You know what? I got to do it. Such fallers. Bucky this late into round 2. I don't think I can turn it down. I was going to take McBride, but man, I don't think I could turn down Bucky here. So, okay. So I skipped running back in round 2, but it worked out just fine as we grabbed Bucky Irving there. There goes McBride. Soups was very excited to take McBride, pick 310. That is way past where he normally goes. Ivan Drago, man, I've been beating the Devontae Adams drum. We're probably too high on Devontae Adams at this point. Like, I might have too much exposure to this guy. Lord King Guru says, yeah, Kyle Monagai. Yeah. Do we think that it's him and not Roshan Johnson? Like, how do we really know who the backup is for the Bears? What's wrong with Roshan? Lord King Guru. What's wrong with Roshan? Do we think it's this Kyle person? All right. So, yeah, interesting start for a couple of guys here. There have been some weird picks in this. I mean, Terry McLaurin in round 2, I'm having a hard time getting past that. Like, what are you doing, bro? And then Tyreek Hill, that's a little soon for him. Harrison Jr. ahead of JSN and Devontae Adams. I'm not sure I can sign off on that either. Ivan Drago, that's a great double tap. Super vets at wide. This is an exciting start for your draft with Janty, Bowers, Adams, and Moore. That's a pretty good start. Let's see who's floating around here. Wide receiver group getting kind of skinny. Tight ends, usually if I don't get a top one, I generally am going to wait. Still good running backs. I think we got to go for our third running back here and just figure out wide receiver and the rest of it later. So I'm going to get Omarion with this pick. Still stud. Did that dude take Jaden Daniels? Yeah. Okay. So careful was very careful to set up this Jaden Daniels stack. Here's the difference of what I would have done versus what he did. Instead of taking McLaurin here, you could have just taken McLaurin at 3-9 and then gotten Jaden Daniels, right? And then instead of Kyron Williams, you could have had what I feel would have been an upgrade to like a Chase Brown or Jonathan Taylor. It's that simple. So you're hearing reports out of the camp that, you know, the coaching staff has some role for him. Okay. The Swiss Army knife means like Tariq Cohen style role. Remember that guy? Remember Tariq Cohen? Yeah, see, just to troll him. You knew he was taking him there. So we get the double tap, and the elite tier of quarterbacks is officially gone. Burrow and Hurts go. S. Moozle, who started off pretty good, but then I thought got a little weird with Tyreek Hill pick. Let's see what he does here. It looks like he is auto drafting. Yes, that was an auto pick. So S. Moozle is now in auto draft mode. Maybe he's been in that the whole time. Could be. I think Jalen Hurts has a bounce back season this year, guys. That's another one of my little updates. Like, I think Jalen, not to say he had a bad year last year. He's good. He's always good. Let's see, 22.4 fantasy points. So still fucking awesome last year. But I think he could level it up even further this season with the Eagles coming in with a more competitive Super Bowl schedule relative to last year when they had a lot of non-competitive games. And also last year, if you remember, the Eagles just played amazing defense. There's no guarantee. Defenses don't kind of carry over as it's not as predictive from year to year. Like a defense could look great one year and then not that good. Remember how great the Chiefs defense looked for most of last year? Like, will they be awesome again this year? I don't know. You know, well, so same people, you know, maybe, I don't know. It's just teams just do weird shit. You know, who knows what goes on. All right. Not in love with, let's just ADP this thing. Laporta, QBs are no good. Chuba, oh boy. All right. I'm going to go with the Riddler here, I think. Yeah. Let's take a WR1. So why didn't I take Courtland Sutton? I just think Courtland Sutton's not that good. I don't really get why he goes that high, right? Devontae Smith is fine, but definitely not anything all that special either. Like the volume is so low that I'm just not impressed. Like Devontae Smith really got a lot of his 14.5 because AJ Brown was like either injured or limited, and that ends up, you know, giving him these monster games every once in a while. But like Devontae Smith will disappoint you in a serious way. Debo, you know, that dude, you know, we might want to block that dude from grabbing Debo. Did he take him? Yeah, be careful. Don't let Careful take Debo there. I forgot about that. We'll see if he does it, but he's clearly trying to build a big stack of that team. Let's see here. Do we think Todd? You know, yes. So Lord King Guru, think about this. Last year, Tajay Spears was hurt for a lot of the year. He was hurt for a big portion of the season. And I just think in general, Tennessee is going to be better this year. They have a quote unquote real quarterback for, I would imagine, somebody who's slightly better than what they had before. I need to start prepping for this pick, but I would imagine the guy they have now is better than who they had last year, right? Last year, it was the worst possible group of players. Yeah, see, Courtland Sutton. Why is no one taking Courtland Sutton? What is going on here? No one wants Courtland Sutton, huh? I'm not in love with these choices. Travis Kelce, we can do that. QB, we can take a Bo Nix here. Do I have? No. Let's go Henderson. All right, I overloaded running backs. I got my fourth running back this early, which means from here forward, I don't need any kind of running backs. And why did I do that? I don't know. I was in a panic, one, but two, I wasn't in love with any of the players around the current ADP. Yeah, listen. There's King Mono. What's up, my brother? Sutton last year. Let me show you Sutton last year. He was fine, but like wait, let me. I'll give you like an example of what Cortland. He was fine, but also that team had like nothing else to throw to. But I feel like even in a year where everybody thought highly of Cortland Sutton, there's a lot of duds mixed in here. 12, 10, 11, big game, couple big games. We got some big games early, but like a lot of duds in there too. I don't know. I'm not a Cortland Sutton guy. He didn't look too bad. I'll give it to you. He didn't look too bad. Yeah, Mims Jr. came on strong late in the season, King Mana. I try to get Mims Jr. in a lot of these drafts if I can late. I was grabbing Mims like with one of the latest picks when I first started drafting these best ball teams, but Mims Jr. has moved up a little bit in the rankings. Yeah, bear down. Does he have Garrett Wilson? Yes, he does. Bear down. This is not a serious guy. I just want to make fun of bear down. This is not a serious player. Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, and Justin Fields. You, sir, this guy bear down is effectively ruining this draft. Oh, yeah, there it is. There it is. So bear down is now that guy. Why? Who are these people? These are the same fucking people. Bear down. These are the same fucking people that enter DFS MMA contests and stack all the fights so that the first 2 or 3 fights so that they could show themselves in first place for a minute to their buddies on their phone. Like, what are you, stupid? DraftKings might have to negate this whole draft because of this guy. Bear down. Fucking Bears fan. Coming in here, ruining the draft. What are you doing? You're ruining the draft. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, what the fuck is wrong with that guy? 4 QBs? I got to take my guy, Ricky Pearsall. 4 QBs? What is he doing? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. But they were in first place, and you're like, who is this asshole? Why would you stack this fight? I always think they're just making a mistake. But sometimes I don't even think they are. They're just doing that because they're an asshole. I don't think you're an asshole. Thanks for the free money. But like, all right, that's what you chose to do? No. Absolutely not, Nathan Kohler. No. The whole point of taking Bowers, you can fill out the extra wide receiver thing with late picks at tight end. But the whole point of picking Bowers, in my humble opinion, is so that you don't have to take another luxury tight end. Because if you do that and you take Bowers and you take Kittle, what ends up happening? You've wasted 2 premium running back wide receiver slots on tight ends. All right, you did one, fine. But once you do the second one, your wide receiver group is going to look like shit. So even though you can have one of those guys filling in the flex is flexible. That's the least of your concerns. But what ends up happening is who's going to fill in for those wide receivers when you have shitty ones? King Mana, Bowers go down a little bit. Maybe. Certainly possible. I would also argue, though, that I'm going to counterpoint this, and I just want you to think about this, not arguing or anything. My counterpoint is, I think with the shiny new quarterback, an actual quarterback that isn't terrible. Oh, no, it's my shot. I'm on the clock. I just missed my pick. Oh, no, was that me? No. Okay. I had a freak out. It's not me. Not me, right? Okay. Anyway, let me get back to this point. Oh, no, I did miss my pick. Ah, fuckers. All right. Whatever. Jerry Jeudy, fine. I'll take it. So back to making this point. I missed my pick. It happened. It happened in real time. You all saw it. It's embarrassing for me. I'm not going to lie. But that's what happens when I fucking get an idea in my head. I want to go through it. So my counterpoint for the Bowers thing is now they have a real quarterback on the Raiders, and they're probably going to score more touchdowns as a team, right? Like, yeah, the running back is there, but also there's a better quarterback a real quarterback on the team. And so I think in general, the Raiders are just going to be better. They're going to score more touchdowns. And I think it will lift up all of the ships. And I think like overall, the whole Raiders offense will look a little better. So I think it makes up for it. All right. So just real quick, bear down continues to have one of the worst drafts I've ever seen. This guy's a fucking clown and he deserves to be ridiculed. Okay, we're in public. We're on a stream ridiculing Bear Down -78 for being a moron. Definitely is that. Okay. So I think we can all agree, Bear Down, you suck, and you've probably ruined this draft. With that being said, we still got to draft it as if it's going to count. So I think it will count. What does it take? How often is DraftKings really like? Are they? Oh, there goes Bo Nix. That is a bargain. Last starting running back floating around, Jamo Williams or Javonte Williams. I'm up soon. Darnell Mooney, Egbuka. Okay, we need a quarterback, people. Oh, okay, Brock Purdy. Don't mind if I do. Oh, happens to pair him up with McCaffrey and Ricky Pearsall. It's almost like I planned it. Wait. It's almost like I planned it. Didn't plan it. Yeah. Do we all agree? We just despise that guy right now. Like, we never heard of Bear Down before this minute, did we? Like, you guys didn't know him from before this. Because what the fuck are you doing, Bear Down? Scattaboo? This guy's just trying to ruin this draft. Actually, no. Is that the Scattaboo spot? Maybe that's where he goes. I don't know. Maybe that was the Scattaboo spot. All right. I'm not going to. That one's fine. That one's fine. I was like, man, what is he still tanking it? Taking Scattaboo here? But yeah, you can take Scattaboo there. Let's see what's going on at running back. So yeah, you start to get into level 2. We've got one last kind of starter, maybe Javonte Williams here. And then we've got the elite tier of backups. Travis Etienne's kind of maybe a starter too. ADP wise, it'll be, this is the order. So there we go. Wide receiver group. We sort by ADP. I was like sort by ADP, and then I can use my rankings, but I've got Egbuka as the best guy floating around. Higgins, number 2 for Houston right there. Let me look at my team here. We've got 4 wide receivers, 4 running backs, a quarterback, and no tight end yet. Who we got going on at tight? We need to get some tight end action going here. A little TE action. Could use more QBs as well. Wide receivers, wouldn't mind having another solid one. Soups went with Etienne Jr. So, yeah, there it is. Careful. Takes Mims. Are you here? All right. It's tight end time. I feel like, yeah, I'm just going to stick with the rookie here and see if Warren is my guy. I don't have a lot of exposure to Warren, so whatevs. There's Ullman. Bear Down about to take another QB in his next pick, so just be careful about this guy. This guy's sketchy. This guy's shady. Egbuka, I like it. Jackson, Henry, Flowers, and Likely. Yeah, it's not that hard to build the Baltimore stack. That's one of the comfortable stacks that are more buildable stack. I'm assuming Smussel has Josh Allen, so he reaches here for Dalton Kincaid. A. Brooks, yeah, I get that second QB. When you start, so just a little, again, we've done a lot of these, and one of my things is, like, if you take a position group early, you can kind of ignore them until very late. But if you only start taking a position group late, like the way I have with tight end and QB, you kind of have to make up for it by taking a bunch of them in a row around this area. So, it is what it is, right? I probably need to be looking at more tight ends and more quarterbacks here over the next couple of rounds, just to make up for the fact that I started slow at those 2 positions. And I've got a pretty good little group of wide receivers and tight ends going. Let's see where the ADPs are for some of these names. I don't want to jump ADP too hard in this kind of a draft. I like jumping ADP, but not that hard in this kind of a draft. So, Likely, I'm going to take Jolo. Oh, T-Law. Oh, yeah, we got Brian Thomas Jr., and so I'm going to go with T-Law there. I was going to take Jolo, Jordan Love, just because I like him as a quarterback slightly more than I like Trevor Lawrence, but I'd rather build a stack. See what the draft board is looking like here. So, yeah, Blue, Basil Tootin. To me, I think Basil Tootin should go ahead of Blue. Just my humble opinion. Careful. Soups gets Basil. Basil Tootin might be that guy this year. Which Thomas is on the board? Yeah, here we go. JJ Mack. Jolo goes right there. Running back group, pretty slim at this point. JR. I got JR. What? I don't even know what I'm saying. Brian Thomas Jr. Yeah, BTJ. Yeah. I got BTJ. Hell yeah. Okay. Looking at the Dallas, right? Couldn't you see that? So I'm remain soft at tight end. I need to kind of get that going. I'm going to take Jake the Snake Ferguson. I'm a fan of Jake Fergie. So with Dak, he tends to do well when Dak is there. I'm a fan of that. So I got my second QB. I've got my second tight end. Now we can get back to looking at especially wide receivers and some running backs. So we'll see how the next round treats us. But from here, the way my team is set up, I've got my two quarterbacks, my two tight ends, took them both mid rounds. 4 super early running backs. I'm all set there. 4 wide receivers. Gonna need to beef that up here with the next bunch of picks. So I'll probably look to end this one. I'll still with 3 QBs, 3 or 4 tight ends, 4 or 5 running backs. Maybe not. I don't even need the full 5. Maybe 4 or 5, and then 8-ish wide receivers if we can get there. So let's take a look. Let's continue to watch this draft board, real time it. Smoozle making some weird picks, kind of making up for this guy. All right, so again, Smussle, what did he do? He took hero running back and then is trying to make up for the lack of running backs by just grabbing a bunch of garbage. We'll see if that works out. Bear down. This guy's a moron. Takes Trey Benson. Best pick of his entire draft so far. D. Ullman here in the chat with us. This is the right way to do it. When you pay for a stud QB, you don't need to get all studs. Oh my gosh, there's no quarterbacks left. You know what? Now I'm taking another one just because the run just happened. And as a matter of fact, I do have an interesting plan with Cam Ward. Right? He's a rookie, probably not good, but maybe he'll help us out. And there goes Danny Jones. Dimes. Whoa, a run on quarterbacks like I've never seen before. Kind of like it. Got our third QB. Dimes goes to Soups. Man, that is a bold pick in round 13. Danny Jones. How do you like them apples? Wait till his team declares him the starter. Yeah, we're going to do a second one. We're going to do a second one after this. So, yeah, stick around. We'll do the second one on Underdog, right? It's like DraftKings and then Underdog. Where are we at? I'm going to be up soon. All right. Shaheed Leggett goes on the turn. Shook? What? Ivan Drago. We don't even know that Shook is going to be starting. What if it's the Rattlesnake? The Rattler. You don't know. You don't know. No, fuck a sheet, man. You got to do a draft. All right, QB position. No one wants Richardson. No one likes Russell Wilson. I get it. Running back group, still some decent ones floating around. Wide receivers. Let's see what the ADPs look like. Yeah. I don't think I can keep waiting on Wandy. I'm taking him. Andrew Nolan, if you're looking at the board and you just tuned in, there is a kind of a troll in here in Bear Down who took 4 quarterbacks in the first 6 picks or 7 picks, and his trollitude has caused a run on QBs of epic proportions here in the mid rounds. It's just kind of weird. I like that Wright went right after me. Was that, yeah, Ullman. So Ullman, compliment to your pick. If I didn't take Wandy there, I was taking Jalen Wright. I love Jalen Wright this year. He has so many paths to a big year. So what are the paths for Jalen Wright? One is Achane gets hurt, right? And that could totally happen. The other one is he just still plays anyway, because he's Raheem Mostert. He's got that role. Yeah, everybody panicked because that knucklehead took 4 QBs, and it kind of messed up this draft a little bit. I don't know if it messed it up. Maybe it made it better. I don't know. I mean, he'll be easy to beat. Ollie Gordon, huh? All right. It's pronounced Gordon, actually. Tattoo. It's pronounced Gordon. If you know what I'm saying when I said it's pronounced Gordon, let me know in the chat, guys. If you're familiar with what that is, let me know in the chat. No, I'm telling you, it was a commercial. It's hilarious. I want to play it for you guys. It's one of my favorite commercials of all time. And the theme was, it's pronounced Gordon. You guys remember this? Oh, I got to show it to you. I got to show you this commercial. It's not because I'm from the time of commercials. I'm from the old days. Let's see. So I took my third. Yeah. I took my third tight end here. Mid-round tight ends, mid-round QBs, right? So when you start with all running backs and wide receivers, you can do that. And now my team is full. I am complete. So with a complete team, 5 wide receiver, 3 tight ends, 3 QBs, 4 running back, 5 wide receiver, I can now afford to do whatever the fuck I want with these next few picks. Let's see if we can, yeah. So at this point in the draft, I'm looking for Tilo. What's his ADP? Oh, I can wait. All right, let's take Dubs for now. Kind of want to take Hopkins and maybe see if he has a career left in him. But no, let's go this way. And I have to remember, because I have my rankings uploaded, that you have to constantly flip from rankings to ADP if just to get an idea of what the field is going to do. Now, the Gordon thing is like, I think it was like a Verizon commercial. And like the daughter brings home her boyfriend and he looks all emo. He's all dressed in black. This is Gordon. And he's like, it's pronounced Gordon. I'll have to find it for you guys. It's hilarious. Yeah, since I have Cam Ward, I'm going to try to get Lockett if he gets around to me. Okonkwo is another one that I might get here if it gets back around to me. Running back group is looking super thin here. Couple of names left that might have some form of value, but I think you could do a lot better just grabbing a massive quantity of wide receivers, or I think I can do better grabbing a quantity of wide receivers. At QB, there's nothing left here, unless you believe one of our guys who's in the chat a lot, who constantly talks up Kenny Pickett as who is going to be the quarterback for Cleveland. I mean, there is definitely a guy advocating for that. Rookie wide receivers are really shitty, like Iomanor floating around here. Jalen Knoll is the second wide receiver that was taken by Houston. Other rookies, that's about it. Like the rookie class, that's it. They're done. Jalen Knoll, like I said, what if he emerges as better than Higgins? You never know. Him and Higgins were on the same college team, and they're kind of tit for tat. One went around after the other. we think it's Higgins, but what if it's Noel? What if Noel is the better guy? Yeah. All right. I'm forced to take Lockett just by the way my team is set up. I could take Diami. Lockett or Diama? YOLO. Lockett. We'll take Diami on the next one if he's still there. You know who I've been taking the late flyer on, Case Sizzles? I've been taking a late flyer on Keenan Allen in like round 18 or 19, a lot of these. Like, why not? Noah Brown is an interesting flyer late. There's a lot of these guys that float around here late. Let's see what we got. 3 QB, 4 running back, 7 wide receiver, 3 tight end. Still some acceptable tight end talent on the board. Still some decent wide receivers. The running back group is not looking the best, although there is a little sneaky link hanging around there that I think is acceptable. Blake Corum as a nice little, injury backup guy. I always want running backs who I confidently believe if the starter gets hurt, they will take over. I'm just going to take Diami because you guys let me do it. So look what I did in the last 2 rounds. I have Brock Purdy, T-Law, and Ward as my trio of QBs. So I added Diami Brown for Trevor Lawrence. I added Tyler Lockett for Ward. Yeah, tight end group. Theo Johnson. Yeah, Theo still there. Higbee. I think people forget that Tyler Higbee is not that bad. Yeah, there you go. And anytime you get a starter tight end, that's fine, man. Just get it. Take it. It's fine. I think Ben Sinnott has some sneaky value as well, with Ertz being a guy that has injury problems over his career. Everybody forgot about Ben Sinnott. He was super young, kind of got stuck behind Zach Ertz last year, but this guy went high in round 2. So, let it be known that I mentioned Ben Sinnott. Not a bad final pick, especially if you have Jaden Daniels as your guy. Luckily, that dude who took Jaden Daniels is not watching the stream, or at least I don't think he is. No, there is no time. Yes, because we'll do the recap. So I'm assuming that will help your draft skills anyway. So you might want to do that. Little daytime bong rips. Yeah. I definitely still have Sano shares, but I think like Sano is one of those names that I'll give you a little dynasty tip, Fling. You ready for this? Like in Dynasty, when you're making a trade and your opponent has like a guy like Sano that no one cares about anymore, but it's kind of an even trade. You'd be like, all right, you know what? Throw in Sinnott and we'll call it a deal. And they'll be like, all right, and they'll give it. That's a great way to acquire players in fantasy. So think about that, right? You're just doing a trade anyway, and it's kind of close, and I'm kind of about to pull the trigger. You're good. You're happy with the deal. Just have him throw in Sinnott. Be like, you know what? Throw Sinnott in there. No, Mechie, no bueno. So, Voyer, here's why Mechie is no good. Mechie had his chance, and he blew it. Now he's dead to me, right? What I mean by that is everybody got hurt on Houston last year. All the wide receivers gone. Mechie got his shot, and he sucked. Fuck that guy, right? We can give players a chance when they haven't gotten a shot. It's not even healthy. He had his chance and he sucked, right? So I can give a player a chance and say, you know what? He hasn't had a chance to play. I don't know. Whatever. This or that. You could give him a chance. But once he never had a chance to play. He hasn't started. You could still hold out hope. But the minute you no longer have to hold out hope, he had his chance. And he didn't do well. That's my concern with Rome Odunze. So remember Jackson Smith-Njigba versus Rome Odunze. Rome Odunze comes in, tough spot. Keenan Allen's there. DJ Moore's there. But Rome Odunze started the whole year. Didn't look that great. But the forgiveness for Rome Odunze for me is, hey, I get it. It was weird. He didn't do well, but we can make an excuse for Rome Odunze that it was this horrible coaching staff and the whole team was shit in the Bears, and this year is going to be different. Fine, right? I'll accept it. With Mechie, there was no issue. He was on the field. There was injuries ahead of him. Same thing happened with Quentin Johnston after his first year, right? Quentin Johnston, like, you couldn't make excuses for that guy. The guy had every chance in the world. He had every chance in the world, and he blew it. Let's see. Last pick in the draft for me, Westbrook Akine, Mike Williams. Lad, I really hadn't thought about it. Let's go Mike Williams. Let's see if he can revive his touchdown scoring ways. He had players in front of him, but like, he was on the field the whole time. There's no excuse. I think the excuse last year was a lot of not catchable balls and just like a terrible Bears team. So I give him the pass. But if you're on the field like Mechie would, like once you had your chance, this was what happened with Quentin Johnston his first year. Remember, everybody else got hurt, and Quentin Johnston was on the field. So they didn't have anybody else. And he sucked. And it was like, man, this guy can't even get it done when everybody's hurt, and he's got opportunities. And that's kind of how I feel. I held out with Mechie for a long time. I was like, man, that's going to be the guy. Anytime is good for bong rips. That's fair. I got to get to the real shit. I've been doing way too much vaping. I feel like it's almost synthetic. Got to get to the real stuff. All right. Let's take a look at these drafts, guys. We finished our first one. Our second draft is going to be on Underdog. So, Quentin Johnston stinks. The second draft is going to be on Underdog. So get ready for that. Let me prep it here, but let's do a little breakdown of these drafts. Of course, we had a clown in here in Bear Down who kind of ruined it for everybody. I wonder if he knows he's the clown. I wonder if he did that on purpose. I don't know. But here we got Imbably Must. Sean is with us in this draft. We'll stay here, right? And he starts off with a solid double tap running back, triple stack wide receivers, Rice, Jamo, McMillan, 2 more running backs. So I like this start. Always going to get it pretty vanilla with Sean. 4 wide receivers and 4 running backs and 4 wide receivers in the first 8 picks. And then the miracle drop of Bo Nix. I don't like Chris Olave this year, but that's just nitpicking. Here we got a double tap of tight ends as well. Jaden Higgins in there. Only 1 QB in Bo Nix. There's no correlation to him here that I can see. Higgins likely. McCarthy comes in. Minnesota. Again, no real correlation there. So not a correlated team, but a well-rounded team. This be a really Tutu Atwell at the end there. Keontae Mitchell, Chig, Okonkwo. So again, I'm not seeing really any correlation here unless I'm missing it. This guy is an asshole. Bear down. Starts off the draft with Justin Jefferson. Garrett Wilson seems okay. Lamar Jackson, fine. All right. Those are normal picks. And then Jalen Hurts in the right spot. But, that was weird, right? Odunze. And then double taps 2 more QBs for no reason. 4 QBs. A team like that can never win. And then a bunch of garbage was taken later. I don't even want to look at the rest of this clown's draft other than to say, you're a fucking moron. You forgot to take running backs. All your running backs are shit. There are 7 shitty ones and 4 QBs, but only 1 can score for you. So you suck. You ruined the draft. And fuck you, Bear Down 78. D. Ullman here in the chat with us. No, I didn't say no vape. I just said, I need to personally get some of the flower going. Like, get back to nature. Vape feels unnatural. I've been doing a lot of vaping. Oh, man. Mike Williams did so much So many bad things. D. Ullman, I love the start. Gives Chase Brown. I think Chase Brown belongs where you took him. That is the correct place for, and you get T. Higgins at a discount. Then Burrow matched up with Higgins and Brown for the little mini stack. Really great. Zay Flowers, be careful with Godwin. We need to check his health. Working hard, approaching mandatory minicamp. Hopeful he will be ready to go week 1. There is risk with Godwin that he will not be ready for week 1, guys. If you even miss a few weeks with Godwin, that is a bad scene for BestBall. We can't miss anything. No, I will be surprised, K-Sizzle. Hell no. This, I don't accept it. You know how it happens, K-Sizz? Only if Barkley gets hurt, and he could. But that's the only way it happens. Barkley is the GOAT. Every time you start thinking like this, I want you to remember back to the play where Barkley turns around, fucking does a leg split, hurdle, jumps over defender, does a flip, does a twist. Like, this guy is not a normal human. Barkley is going to be there unless he gets hurt. D. Ullman, continuing on. 1, 2, 3, 4 acceptable but not great wide receivers, and that's how it goes. When you grab a luxury quarterback, Higgins is good. Flowers is okay. Do we jump anyone? No, I mean, that's, they all go where they should have. Godwin there, B-Rob Jr., fine. K-Shack is good. Igbuga, I really like. So I like that you have Godwin and Igbuga. Love to see you have, with that pairing, I'd love to see, you got Burrow, so it doesn't really matter. Double tap the tight ends there. Jalen Wright, good pick. And then a bunch of wide receivers to fill it out. Andy Dalton, I really don't. This is just a panic pick. Derrick Henry. I know this saying about the volume and the whole thing. I know there's that. And my God, the Madden curse is there. Right? The Madden curse. What name a running back that has done well after being on the cover of Madden? Like, that normally doesn't happen. I get it. There is historical reason for concern. But I'm not going to let that shit affect how I draft. Like, fuck that. Barkley's the man. Yeah, that's, I can't predict if he's going to get hurt. Again, past performance doesn't indicate future result. That's just how I'm treating it. But I get what you're saying. But you're asking for him to get hurt. What's up, Tarnutzer? All right, my draft. So we started with CM Sizzles, and I wound up with 4 running backs in my first 6 picks, sandwiched by Brian Thomas Jr. and Calvin Ridley, and the value was just crazy. I loved McCaffrey, fine. But had I known that I could get this trio of running backs in these 3 spots, I probably would have been perfectly happy having Malik Neighbors on this squad. So again, a look back for me. Yeah, I could have done that. I get Pearsall, Jerry Jeudy auto picks, but I'm fine with that pick. So we got Brian Thomas Jr., Ridley, Pearsall, Jerry Jeudy. I stack up Pearsall with Brock Purdy for the initial stack. We get the first tight end here, Tyler Warren. I get a bunch of middling tight ends, so I end up taking 4 of them. Trevor Lawrence, I got him stacked with Brian Thomas Jr., and then I added in De'Ami Brown for him. We get Ferguson, a second tight end here, then Ward, who is now stacked with a couple of names as well. I got Ward here going with his tight end, I think. No, I didn't stack him at all. Did I? I can't remember. No, did not stack Ward. Wandale, he's my fill-in wide receiver. Always love to get Wandale in this late round area. So I was between Wandale and Wright. I end up going Wandale. Pretty happy with it. Wandale will be scoring for me and possibly filling in a wide receiver spot all throughout the season. I end up with 9 wide receivers, so I think we're going to do okay at wide receiver. Yeah, with Godwin, that's my thing. I loved Godwin last year. He started amazing. I like that you have Igbuka kind of backing that up. Just be aware he might not start. And I don't like taking too many players that are going into the season injured. I really try to avoid it because those guys re-injure it, and then it takes forever. Jahmyr Gibbs is great. Yeah, Jamie Gibbs is fantastic. Is he the guy who had like back-to-back? Like, Jahmyr Gibbs is great. I'm not convinced that this whole first round, like Barkley, McCaffrey, Henry, they're all fucking awesome. Guys forget how good Henry was. Look at this guy scored 21. The beauty of Henry is like when he's getting it done, he's putting up a monster score. Like this guy's wins. When he gets it done, he wins you the week. 33, 38, 30, 30, 30. 33, 30. So this guy, when he's winning those weeks and he's doing those Derrick Henry things, he's winning you the week. And those kind of players do that for us. All right, let's jump over to Underdog for our second draft of the Draft-a-Palooza. Draft-a-Palooza, it's going on all summer long. We're doing best balls. We're juggling best balls, fucking bouncing them for chin, best balls, going everywhere. We're having Ray Zanni on the show on Wednesday here to help me out, and that'll be an Underdog only show because Ray is the Underdog specialist, winner of the puppy last year. Part of winning in best ball is just having the discipline to draft a lot of fucking teams, right? It takes a lot of work to, it takes time. It's not like DFS where I can just run 150 on the optimizer, 10 seconds on it, bam, served. That's what's up, right? And then you win. No, we have to do a whole lot of these. So I like to do contests on the stream that everybody can enter with me. How about the schnauzer? $3, 20 max. Puppy rules, correlation important, similar to what we just did. So let's go for the schnauzer on this one. I love the eliminator. I would keep it, I just don't want to be boring by keeping on doing the eliminator. But for me personally, the eliminator is the one that I like the most. You know what? Should we do the eliminator? Guys, vote real quick in the chat. Eliminator or schnauzer? Write your answer in the chat, which one you want to do. First one to get to 3 people, we'll do that one. It's definitely going to be 20 seconds. So eliminator is the one that cuts off half the field every single week. We've done a bunch of them. The schnauzer is pretty much like the puppy, but just a 20 max. We got to vote for eliminator. We got to vote for schnauzer. We're 1-1. Come on, guys. First to 3, we do that one. Or no one says anything, and then I'll just choose. Eliminator, schnauzer. Which one? Schnauzer for Andrew Nolan. That's 2. 2-1. Oh, it's probably going to be the schnauzer here. The schnauzer. Eliminator, 2-2. This is too crazy. Now it's getting nuts. Yeah, you definitely have to learn how to use the optimizer. Although, for football, I think there's benefit to all. If you're, Ray, if you're hanging with us for football season, we hand build during the Players Club on Saturdays. We hand build lineups, handcrafting. We perfect that. All right, we got another vote for the schnauzer. Schnauzer it is. But like during football season, we do our handcrafting shows. We're going to do 20-second schnauzer, guys. All right, ready? Here we go. Everybody together. Schnauzer, 2. 20-second per pick. 3, 2. Wait. Why is it showing me some weird shit? Hold on. Schnauzer, 20-second per pick. Here we go. Confirm. Uh-oh. Underdog getting weird. Can't confirm my location. I can confirm that I'm right here where I always am. All right, schnauzer 2. I'm going to try it again, guys. Sorry if you're in there and I'm not in there with you. Confirm. All right, here we go. I'm in. Oh, we're waiting for a bunch of spots. Oh, boy. Okay. Maybe some of you guys entered the previous one. I don't know. But I'm in. Here we go. Waiting. Oh, no, it filled. All right. That was quick. Maybe that's all of you. This might be a DFS Army helmet YouTube Draft-a-Palooza extravaganza. Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Oh, boy. All right. Let's see who I recognize here. We got Soups. We got Drago. We got Tattoo. We got Fling in here with us. Fling, is this your first draft with me? I don't know if any of you, John McVeigh, Colin Stab. So if that's it, is that it for you guys? Andrew Nolan, are you in there? Did you make this one or no? Andrew Nolan's in the previous one, maybe. I don't see Nolan. Spencer too. You in here? King Mana, we do a lot. Yeah, listen, I feel you. I think you're good to. Yeah. So if I have one positive thing to say about Underdog, and it is a sharper people that you're drafting against, the one positive thing I'd have to say about Underdog is they do these drafts. They have snake draft for everything. Even their DFS weekly is a snake draft format. But the one thing that I do like about it's not legal in your state. Well, that'll do it, Andrew Nolan. It wasn't legal in New York up until about a minute ago. So the difference between Underdog and DraftKings is Underdog comes up with some really cool formats for their BestBall product that DraftKings just hasn't copied yet. I think they should. The Eliminator, all these different styles, right? That's one thing. The second thing is Underdog, and I don't prefer this, but Underdog is half point PPR. So I don't notice that people draft this way on Underdog, but Underdog greatly favors running backs over wide receivers in how it's set up. So when I do Underdog, and this is not how other people seem to do it, Ray Zanny is the king of Underdog. He's here in the chat. But when I do Underdog, and it doesn't make noise, which fucks me over. Obviously, I can't hear it. You don't even need a pass catcher in this, and it's half point PPR. So really, like the Derrick Henry types, great. You want touchdown scores. Saquon Barkley, GOAT in this format, right? So you want touchdown scores. And for some reason, the BestBall bros do tend to let some of these running backs fall a little bit. And now we don't have BestBall bros in here. This is like the Draft-a-Palooza crew mainly drafting here. So I think where players go will be a little more reflective of like how kind of we all think of it. But Underdog does do a really cool thing where they have all these different formats. And I think that's been like I said, the Eliminator is really cool. I love the Eliminator. We've done a bunch of Eliminator contests. Eliminator, half the field wiped out every single week. That's how they do the Eliminator. Whoa, that's your first Jefferson? Yeah, we're going to crush some drafts. Ray, think about which contests you want to attack. I think we just go for the puppy, like your bread and butter contest we're going to do. And maybe we'll do a 30-second clock so I can chat with you a little more in between those picks. But yeah, so Underdog, half point PPR, only 18 rounds in the draft, not 20. Touchdowns are king here. Correlation is king. This contest that we're in here, this one is the format of the playoffs where every single week you kind of start anew. So it's just a different situation. Let's see what's going on with this draft. So I double tap running back as I usually do. That's just how I do it, VIP style, on Underdog. And I just like early running backs. Sorry. Derrick Henry for Collins. That was quite a steal in round 2. So if you can get Derrick Henry in round 2, that's a fucking steal. That's spectacular. And Derrick Henry is exactly the kind of running back that will excel on Underdog, guys. So yeah, looks really good. Garrett Wilson goes. Let's see here. So Soup's starting off with only one running back, but 2 super stud wide receivers. JSN, you want touchdown scorers on this format. You want those WR1s that could score touchdowns. I don't mind the pick there, Josh Allen. Get the stud QB as well. You know, it was massive performances by Lamar Jackson that kind of propelled teams during those playoff weeks last year. So there's no problem there for me. If you grab Lamar, you grab somebody like that, I'm not going to fight you on it. I think that's fine. Tight ends, you don't want these kind of guys. So we look at what's available right now. QB, RB, WR, QB, you still got Lamar. I think I'm going to do it. Here. Let's do another Lamar draft. And Lamar's very easy to stack. Is that what it? Do you think the best ball bros are actually like stupid, Ray Zanny? Like they do dumb shit because they get a hair up their ass about an idea and they just kind of like pursue it too hard? What is your take on best ball bros? And Ray Zanny, do you have an opinion? There was a controversy, I call it kind of a mini controversy, a week or two ago about like some people using like the ETR overlay thing with the rankings on Underdog, and the questioning whether or not they felt like that was fair. How do you fall on that controversy? Maybe we'll talk about it on Wednesday. I don't really think it's a controversy at all. I just think it's a bunch of fucking whingers whinging. And I like that shit. Yeah, I want them all to use combo rankings. Good. Go for it. Whose rankings? Better than mine? Get the fuck out of here. Like, I don't think so. You think you're better than me? That's what we do here. We go mano a mano. Motherfucker. Like, yeah. Think you're better than me, motherfucker? Bring it. For a whole season, you might be able to beat me. You think so? Brees the Beast, lunch table legend. Lunch table legend likes Brees Hall. You know, I don't like what I'm hearing from the coaches about how they think all three running backs are good. I think all three. But wait, let me get back to it. Yeah, let me keep telling you. You think you're better than me, bitch? Fuck that shit. Let's go mano a mano. I don't give a fuck whose rankings you put on your screen. Let's go. Like, that's what you got to do. You got to man up. This is fucking money on the line. It's money on the line. Let them overlay it, Ivan. The only thing I could see helpful with an overlay is like if I wanted to focus in more and really think harder about correlations. And so I'm starting to think like, oh, I've got, wow. And QBs are dropping as well here. Oh, there's Hurts. All right, I was just going to say, like, what the fuck? Hurts is still available for 412. That's a great pick on Hurts. Like, come on, bro. That's a great spot to get him. I have 3 running backs on my squad. Only one wide receiver. No wide receiver. No wide receivers. So we're going to have to get to work at wide receiver in the next few picks. Running back is pretty much all set for me. Just going to get to work at the wide receiver position. Yeah, Sidekick, is it the ETR tool? Like, are they using some like tool from those? You want to pay $50 a month to have that shit on your screen? All right. I have a hard time getting $50 worth of drafts in a month. Like, I'm doing 2 of these a day. Let's say, they're $5 drafts, $10 drafts, $20 a day. I do them a couple times a week. Like, I don't know. It's hard to even get that spend in there. But I don't begrudge anybody. I think pay for tools. I support paying for tools. As a matter of fact, I run a site called DFS Army where we build all kinds of tools for daily fantasy sports games, pick'em games. DFS, we built the best optimizer in the game for all sports. The most, you know what people say about the domination station of DFS Army? It's the most customizable. You have so many options there. We have the sim model that will adjust based on things happening, and it's super easy to use. So there are a bunch of optimizers out there, right? You could choose which one you want to use. The domination station has won literally hundreds and hundreds of tournaments across the different sports, right? So have some of these other ones. Good for them. We continue to build and improve the domination station. I think our projections are superior to anybody's. I know our NFL projections are unmatched. We have the best NFL projection system ever made. Oh boy, here we go. I'm up again. Need another wide receiver. Ricky. I love Ricky, guys. I know you're saying, like, Kev, you keep taking the same guys. And I don't know if that's good or bad, but I do keep doing that. I need a bunch of wide receivers here. So we've got McCaffrey, Bucky, Omarion, Lamar, Zay Flowers. Stack them up. Got Pearsall right after Juwan Jennings. Fling took Juwan. I got Pearsall. Fling, side bet. I don't really want to side bet this, but Fling, I kind of think, yeah. Thank you, Soups. I kind of think that Pearsall will outscore Juwan Jennings this year. And there you go, too. That's what's up. Lunch table legend. Appreciate that we're doing this during lunch. We do the Draft-a-Palooza during lunchtime. I'm glad to have you. I'm thinking about it. Like, let's do a little, like just a friendly bet here. I think Juwan is projected to score more, but I kind of my bold take this year is that Pearsall outscores Juwan Jennings. You know, let's do that side bet, Fling. Let's do what should we put on it? Put something simple on it, like I'll buy. I'm gonna forget. We're gonna forget that we made the bet. But like, if you write it down, we'll buy each other an entry into a BestBall next year. Whoever wins. Appreciate you, King Mana, the NFL product. I think part of what we do with the NFL product, the DFS Army, aside from the optimizer and the best projection model that money can buy, the best by far. I will put up our prop model against anybody's. I believe we will beat anybody. But I hope that what it also is fun. We have a lot of fun. Players Club, fucking rapping, having a good time, building lineups together. Motherfuckers, all that shit. Right? We have a good time. And DFS Army is like a little family. I really appreciate that everybody. I feel like I know everybody. I don't know if that makes sense, but I feel like, you know, we kind of have each other's back. It's a cool thing. Fat Debo or old Stefan. I'm going old Steph. All you have to do, yeah, there it is. Joe Nicolosi, have you seen what Uppers Lad has done in MLB this year? We leveled up the MLB projection model, and the results have been. All right. Keeping it real, I was not happy with the projections for MLB last year. We fully changed our math, updated and upgraded the system. Okay. Uppers Lad has won like 9 tournaments already to start the season. He does the mini max every day. He's won it like 9 times. I have a screenshot of it. And Andrew Nolan, that's what's up, man. We try to make it fun. I don't like to take it too serious. There's a lot of other people. I feel like there's a lot of other people in the space that take it probably a little too serious. I think their videos are boring to watch. Maybe informational, but boring to watch. Some have arrogance. Like there's one guy. I just watched it. Like there's an arrogant hint to some of it that it's a turn off for. I can't watch it. I'm like, this fucking guy might have good information, but just so arrogant. I can't stand it. Right? I don't like any of that. I'm trying to have fun. I'm doing a lot of research. We're putting it out there. We're being silly. We're having a good time. And sometimes we're winning money. Love fucking making money. Love winning money. Love gambling. The whole thing is fun. But the minute it becomes anything beyond that, it's not worth it. Stop doing it. Like, no, I'm not here. I'm not going to be all serious. I'm very serious about my fantasy football analysis. Like, come on, dude. This is what I do for my entertainment. I do it for my enjoyment. I do it for my gambling. And I'm going to have fun doing it every single time. And if somebody else doesn't do it that way, that's their thing. We don't have to all be the same. They're not like us. They're not like us. Oh, shit. Mega Booga. All right. Oh, you're enjoying the MLB show. Oh, I love to hear that. Love to hear that. You got to get on the MLB show, Ivan. Have you asked to be on the show? Have you been on the show? Love it. Appreciate all you guys for kind words. We have a great staff at DFS Army too. I love the guys. I mean, Fling's in here hanging out. You got Ivan in here drafting best balls with me. Ivan, new member of the staff this year. Part of the Win Daily crew that came over. A few guys came over from there. We've got another guy from Win Daily that came over, Sticks Picks, and he is supposedly really good, a true high stakes NFL guy. So I'm going to look forward to getting him on a show with me this season as well, and we're going to kind of talk about handcrafting single entry lineups for the NFL season. So we got a lot going on this year. We always have a lot going on. The MMA crew has been great. Everybody likes Ivan. Literally, Ivan's in here with all these drafts. You guys don't know, but he's a new member of the staff. Everybody likes Ivan in the staff room. Like, it's rare that like Bobby and the operations team, Uppers Lad and Bobby, they're like, we really like that guy. So I got the thumbs up. Yeah, the NHL staff, bunch of goons. Not a full set of teeth amongst them, but really solid crew for NHL as well. Goons, hockey goons. All right, let's focus in on this draft. I don't have any tight ends. Where is Mark Andrews? Please give him to me. Dude, doing your own research is great, King Mana, but if you're going to mass enter and you're going to try to attack a tournament, if you want to attack a tournament, you need the Dom station because it's going to create beautiful stacks for you. You choose what teams you want in those stacks, and that's where your research comes in. What? Are you serious right now? He took Mark Andrews. He took my job. He took her jobs. Fucker. Tattoo, I haven't even looked at the board here because I've just been like, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But oh yeah. Let's say you do your that's the right way to go. I want everybody to do their own research. King Mana, you should be doing that. But then use a Dom station. You figured out, okay, I like these 3 teams, these 4 teams, these players on this Dom station spin up 20 lineups around the various stacks. That's what I'm saying. You figured out you like this pitcher or these 2 pitchers, whatever it is. DFS is not about clicking a button. You don't win at DFS clicking a button on the optimizer, but you let the optimizer be a tool to bring what you think or what you're expecting or what you're hoping to happen to life on your lineups in a hurry. That's kind of how I treat it. It's like I take an angle or 2 and then I just build around it and build a lot of different variations of it and hope that it hits. Where were we? Okay. I don't know what you're doing, Tattoo. I haven't even looked at anybody's drafts. I'm up next. So this draft is moving so fast. I have 1 QB, 3 running back. I don't have a tight end. All right. I can't take another Warren. I'm going to take another. Should we take Loveland here? I keep taking Warren in these drafts. It's getting kind of weird. Still some good running backs left. Oof. I'm doing it, guys. I don't care. I did it. I took another running back. I have Lamar. I don't really worry that much about QBs after I have Lamar on my team. I'll get a few later. And now I have 5 wide receivers, a full set of running backs, no tight end, 1 quarterback. Tattoo asked what the fuck he was doing. Let's see what the hell Tattoo's been doing here. Bijan, Jonathan Taylor, Judkins, Pollard. Too many running backs, Tattoo, and not enough wide receivers, but a good solid tight end in there. Yeah, you know what? Ridley and DJ Moore, that's fine. That's a fine start. Burden. Tattoo, you need to get that 3rd wide receiver filled out. You need to take a bunch of them. Soup's kind of doing a 0 RB situation. Drago, solid. Jefferson, JSN, Brown, Mixon. Montgomery's good in this format. Jaden Daniels, no correlation. Where's that correlation, Ivan Drago? What am I missing here? You're a correlator. Not seeing that correlation yet. All right, we need to get a tight end. Wide receiver group slimming. Running backs done. QBs, still plenty of good ones. Yeah, my tight end group is going to be shit based on this start. I mean, I'll take him if he's there. I'll take Warren if he's there. Doesn't really matter to me that much. I don't really, they're all tight ends. Like, they're all kind of the same. Yeah, we'll take Warren here. Rookie tight end, 1st round pick. Everybody thinks his team sucks. They do suck. Who cares? Where do you throw to when you're a crappy King Mana, man, good hanging out, my man. Monday, Wednesday, Friday at noon. We're drafting BestBall, Draft-a-Paloozas. Unless the weather's nice, and then we'll go out to the pool. Can I draft a Palooza from the pool? Is that something I should do? Just like keep it going, but even outdoors, like when it's summer, I need to get outside. It's been shitty weather here in New York. I don't know where you guys are, but it's June 16th. We've had only a couple of nice days. Yeah, my man, King Mana, the man. We're also going to listen. We're going to be back, the whole crew, for football season, 5 times a week, 4 times a week, different shows. You know how we do it. Hot tub stream. Yeah, like I won't go in the hot tub. It's hot outside, but you know what I'm saying? Like, look, from the pool stream. Do I burn on contact with the sun? No. But I do use I do use sunscreen for the early part of the summer. But here's an important thing, Tattoo. Oh shit, I'm on the clock. I need another running back. I need another QB. JJ Mack or tight end. We'll just go Jake the Snake. You know what? Kind of following a trend here. Do I burn on contact? Not really. I wear a hat though when I'm outside. I wear a hat because my fucking head burns if I don't have a hat on. Hair thinning. So you don't know about that, Tattoo. You don't know about the hair. You don't know what those of us who are follically challenged suffer from when going outside. Head burns. Got to wear a hat. No, I wear like a hat. It covers my ears and everything. Then the rest of it, yeah, I'll burn if I don't put on sunscreen early in the season. But by later in the season, that doesn't happen anymore. But I do use sunscreen. I don't like burning. What am I tanning? What am I, a woman? What the fuck use do I have for getting a tan? To look good? Like, what am I, a bodybuilder? I'm gonna show off my muscles on an oiled up tanned body. You guys want to see that? No one wants to see that. Imagine Geek all oiled up, showing off the muscles. No one wants to see that. No one's looking at any of that stuff. Dobbins. Fling. Losing Dobbins should never make you sad. Fling, Fling, for those of you who don't know, is a straight up Broncos homer. There's a Broncos homer. So Fantasy Fling, Broncos homer. Oh shit, I'm on the clock. Forgot what I was doing. Forgot what I needed. Gonna take a quarterback because I don't remember what the hell's going on. Is it going to be 90 by me? Also, maybe we should do a poolside draft here. I really do want to do that. I haven't been out to the pool yet, except to fucking clean it. No, Fling is a Denver Broncos homer. So now I want to ask you, Fling, do you feel that the acquisition of Dobbins will harm the prospects for RJ Harvey? Like, what is the buzz in Denver? Because for me, I do think it harms him quite a bit. I think it ruins RJ Harvey a little bit. But Fling, you're from there. You're listening to the local beat writers. What say you about that acquisition? Do you think that Harvey belongs as sort of a workhorse running back category, or do we recategorize him as more like what Javonte Williams was last year, sort of a 55% guy, with Dobbins working in quite a bit, which, you know, that's to me, it's a disaster. Worst case scenario. Let's keep an eye on the board here. I only have 4 running backs. Did they do it? Oh my God, he took Jalen Wright. I was literally just about to take him. That messed me up. All right, I'm going to go again back to my standard. Wandale. We need another tight end. We need another QB. Probably don't need one. Could use one. and some more wide receiver talent. Fling, God damn, you're supposed to answer the question. I was not throwing that out there rhetorically. What is the feeling about J.K. Dobbins versus R.J. Harvey in Denver? I'm seeing buzz about J.K. Dobbins, right? But all right, here we go. Yeah, definitely Estime and McLaughlin are definitely useless. I agree there. I think it hurts. The problem for me with Dobbins is he's a touchdown scorer, right? Like, I don't think he's coming out of the game at the goal line. It's not clear who's going to be in there at the goal line. And so you weren't that excited about Harvey to begin with. I mean, all right, that's fair. I got a little overexcited, and I have lowered Harvey in my ranking significantly now. I've got Trevion Henderson way over him. Omari Hampton, fuck yeah, right? Omarion, I might be too high on. I feel like there's a cognitive bias within me against Najee Harris that has me maybe overly excited about Omarion Hampton. Could be wrong about it. Yeah. All right, so let me take a look at my draft here. 2 quarterbacks. I got 4 running backs, 6 wide receiver, 2 tight ends. So we could use another tight end for show. So many available. I could still use another wide receiver. Nope. We'll go tight end here. And Patty Freiermuth. Whatevs. I got Lamar Jackson and Michael Penix holding down the QB position. We got CM Sizzles, Bucky, Omarion, and Javonte. Is Christian McCaffrey's backup still floating around? No, I forgot about. So next time, guys. Yeah, see, Soups, I agree with you. Yeah, man, we're on the same page, bro. I feel like we're too much on the same page, and we're always in the same drafts. But yes, this is what I think too. I think Omarion Hampton, people are like, are we forgetting first-round running backs tend to do really well? Like, teams don't take these guys in the first round unless they really love them. Oh, and I want to mention something else. Somebody earlier in the show said, Saquon Barkley, big volume year. These guys never followed up. If you think that, grab Will Shipley. Now they write in letters because they miss me. Will Shipley as the backup. Barkley gets hurt. Shipley wins you the league. I could take another quarterback at this point. There's not anything great available. Get Danny Jones. Running back group, again, Shipley's there. If you leave him for me, I'm probably going to take him. But I feel like one of you guys has been snaking whoever the hell I'm thinking about every single round. McVay goes Jarquez Hunter from the Rams. Hunter, maybe interesting pick, as if to say Blake. I'll take Shipley here. As if to say Blake Corum doesn't matter. Now we're taking the next guy that they took this year. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. They took him in the first round. And Najee hairy ass is a cheap guy, a 1-year deal. So I don't know. And they have the biggest thing for me with Omarion is the coach is going to run the shit out of the football. There's enough room there for 2. And for 2 to excel. There's a bit of there's enough volume that, we could get a Lions situation where both the guys are good. So I don't think I have Omarion everywhere. If Omarion works out, and especially like if he just like surprises to the upside, my dynasty portfolio is going to fucking be through the roof. I spent a lot of draft capital to get Omarion everywhere. I got Janty and Omarion all over the place in best ball, because what I do in dynasty, not in best ball, in dynasty, one of my approaches to dynasty fantasy football, which I love. I don't know, Kevin, you like dynasty? Yes, I do. I love dynasty. I play a ton of dynasty. I'm in tons of leagues, and I do put a lot of mental capacity into it. And one of the things I did last year was if my team is kind of bad and I don't think it can win, I just fucking purposefully don't win. Like I try to tank or sell off any kind of veterans. I don't play around. If I don't think I have a championship team in Dynasty, I'm trying to be last place, which those of you who are in the DFS Army leagues with me, and I'm in a few of them, maybe we'll start a new one this year. I don't know. We'll do another one. Love the Best Ball Dynasty. And by the way, Tattoo, I'm down to do more of those. I like Best Ball Dynasty, especially when you're not doing too much in-season management. Doesn't bother me. But you'll notice with me, I will try to come in last. I'll sell all my players. If I don't think I'm going to win it, give me last place. Give me that number one pick. Give me, sell me your first rounders for whoever the fuck you want. I will build up a team that way. I kind of have it as either I'm winning or I want to do it over. I don't like finishing in the middle. All right, 6 wide receiver. I think I need another wide receiver. Slayton or Fierce Pierce. Coker, Tutu. I'll go Pierce. YOLO. Oh, but to fill that spot at any point, you just have to let the staff channel know that we have a best ball going. Oh yeah, whatever it is, if we need to fill something, just the staff channel will do it. And if the staff channel doesn't do it, you post it in my channel in the Discord. It's another thing, guys. If people are interested in this, if you guys are in the DFS Army Discord, if you want to get involved in some leagues, in some best ball leagues or dynasty leagues, against each other, I'm super down to do that. I'm down to do a leagues on, we can even do 1 year best ball leagues just to have some fun drafting, $20, $25 entry. Let's do a bunch of those, Tattoo, and we can do it in 1 year. We can even do it through DraftKings. Can you do it through DraftKings? Can we set up on DraftKings or Underdog like a league that we could all play against each other and just not part of a tournament? Do that shit right here on the stream. Actually, we'll never get everybody. You can't get 12 people. I feel like it's hard to get 12 people organized around a stream. The timing of it is tricky. I have one more pick. Did we? Underdog, we did Army only Underdog. If we did that, I'm down to do that. Whatever, you know what I mean? Is Adonai Mitchell a thing? Oh, poor Tattoo. Your first run at commissionering. Yeah, it's never fun to. Well, it's easier if you do the league with Underdog. You don't have to commission or anything. Maybe Fling wants to come in and do some commissioning. I don't like doing the commissioning. Listen, I got a lot of work I do already. Can't be doing commissioning. All right, let's see if I could figure out how to make this not disappear at the end, and we'll kind of talk through some of these drafts here, and we'll call it a Palooza. Yeah, see, Fling, we'll set up some leagues this year. Get in there. I'm always down. If you're setting up a league, I'm in. I'm not going to set it up. I'm not going to commission it, but I'm in. I'll play in it. I like Dynasty. I like Best Ball. I like all that. Schnauzer. All right, let's see what we just did here. Let's do a little. Everybody likes. I feel like people like the critique at the end. So, all right, we got a few of you guys in here. Quite a few people in here with us. Soups did a little bit of a Soups. This is a weird one. So I'm curious. Yeah. By the way, Ivan, I totally agree. I'm in some leagues where there's a lot of trading, and those are fun. When there's no trading, it's really hard to rebuild a team. You can't sell your players off. You can't sell your vets off. There's nobody buying. Those kind of leagues, I leave them, by the way. Just fucking get out. But let's do a quick review of some of these drafts. So Soups, once again, kind of did a little bit of a zero RB thing here. Not zero, but kind of a slow RB approach. I'm going to critique these two quarterbacks, Hurts and Joe Burrow. I think that's too much firepower at quarterback early. I think you just like got surprised that Burrow was still there and you're like, fuck it, I'm doing it. But it's a lot of firepower. And, it is the beautiful stack with Jamar Chase, so I get it, but you already had Hurts. So I don't know. The running backs are sketchy. Should be an interesting one, Soups. Now, you got to join the leagues, man. Just have fun with us. Last year, I think Mutt won one. Bobby Wow has won them. Yeah, I mean, you got him at a great price. It's just weird. Like, whoa, I'm normally not taking Hurts and Burrow in the same line. And maybe that's good. I don't know. Ivan Drago, you'll be the only guy in the playoffs with that combo. Like if Hurts gets it one week and Burrow gets it the next, it'll take you all the way through. Drago, Jefferson, Brown, JSN, Jaden Daniels, Mixon and Montgomery. So you got your 3 running backs, couple of wide receivers, stud QB, Jaden Daniels. Let's see if we get any correlation there. Brian Robinson's kind of correlative with Jaden Daniels, maybe a little bit, not necessarily. Loveland, Caleb Williams gets in there as well. So that's a really good second QB. I don't think you need any more, and you didn't take any more. So a lot of the rest of the firepower spent on filling out the rest of these positions. Ty Felton, there's a name I hadn't seen before. I don't know who these guys are. Let's see. Myself. So you guys watch me. We talked about it as I was doing it. But we got CM Sizzles, Bucky, Omarion, sandwiched with Lamar. I was able to get Lamar stacked with Flowers and Bateman. And I almost got Mark Andrews, but this dude just took him for no reason right before I was going to. So I settled for Bateman there. I got Abuga, Steffi Diggs, Ricky Pearsall. We started slow at wide receiver, so I had to make up for it by going just with a lot of them. Later on, Wandale, Farmouth, Ferguson, Warren for my trio of tight ends. There's no correlation there, just decent tight ends. I backed up again an uncorrelated Michael Penix with Lamar. Basically, if Lamar's not getting me there, I ain't getting there. And then I added a couple more random wide receivers, for the upside. Let's see, Fling. Oh, Fling, what are you doing? Oh, my. All right. Fling gets started with a trio of stud wide receivers, McConkey, Puka, Devontae, right? You fill out your running back group a little late with James and Walker, with Cook and Walker. Okay. Juwan Jennings, a little bet between me and Fling. Juwan Jennings, Ricky Pearsall, who will do better? We'll find out. I like Mooney here. Tyrone Tracy, third running back. Benson. Okay, so Tyrone Tracy, Trey Benson could be the saving grace in this lineup. Of course, you got Marvin Mims as well. So, yeah, I think with Fling, you're going to need another running back to step up when you don't take more than 2 kind of lock button starters. And I think Trey Benson could be that guy for you. Tattoo, did we talk about yours? Tattoo. I jumped past yours. That was rude. Tattoo, Bijan, JT, Josh Allen. So we got our stud running backs. We got our super stud QB. DJ Moore Ridley, great start. Judkins, I'm not a big Judkins guy. Let me just see where he went. Ahead of Swift, ahead of Montgomery. I mean, he went where he's supposed to go. I don't know that I would have done Judkins there, but he is the starter for Cleveland. Then you got Pollard, so that makes up for it with another starting running back. Fine. So to start, we got a decent start at running back, strong start at running back, and the best QB, and then a couple of starting wide receivers. Let's see here. All right, so Scattaboo, I don't think that was a needed pick at all. We got Burden, Kirk, Palmer, Leggett. So filled out the whole rest of the draft with a pile of wide receivers, kind of make up for that slow wide receiver spot start, and then 2 solid tight ends to end it. I think this is fine, Tattoo. I mean, it's not really correlated at all. I didn't really see any correlation, but so what? You only have the one QB, really. So the only thing you have going against you is, you only have one QB, and Josh Allen is a pretty shitty, Aaron Rodgers is a pretty crapola backup. All in all, good drafts, everyone. I didn't see anybody who did anything super stupid. So even the randoms that are here in this draft with us kind of seemed okay. So there we go. Really? Save that for a discussion on Wednesday. I don't know that I can get on board with it. The only scenario where I think it could work is maybe in these puppy schnauzer types with the playoffs, like this guy goes off for 31 week, the other guy goes off the next week kind of thing. Yeah. Ray loves Bateman. Can Bateman put up as many touchdowns this year as he did last year? Maybe it's more. Maybe they have a tougher schedule. We'll see. All right, hour and 40 minutes in, guys. Draft-a-Palooza. Back on Wednesday at noon with Ray Zanny, winner, champion, underdog fucking champion, 200K winner. Maybe out by the pool. It might be pool draft. I don't think I can do it. I genuinely don't think I can host a stream from the pool. I just don't think I can do it. I don't have the equipment. I don't have the equipment for it. But we'll see. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Like, subscribe, notifications. 5:30. Tattoo will be on the MLB show. He's been ripping bong hits, so you know it's going to be crazy. You know it's going to be crazy. Oh, that's why. I was going to say. What does DFS Army Inc. say about its employees ripping bong hits during the day? Talk to the HR department. See what they have to say about all that. Make a phone call to HR. See what happens. Best Ball and Brews with Fling tomorrow. Best Ball and Brews, guys. That is, I just want to call it Draft-a-Palooza. Draft-a-Palooza, night Draft-a-Palooza with Fling. Got Neil Orfield hopping on. That is golden. So I'll be tuning in. What time is that? That's at 5 o'clock on Tuesday. Special guest Neil Orfield. No. It's not Mrs. Geek. HR is Bobby. Texan. That's HR. Mrs. Geek is accounting. Totally different. Should be a lady at HR department. That's why he said that, but no, she's in the accounting department. Neil Orfield on with Fling Tuesday night. Love that you got the guest on there. I will be tuning in. Maybe before 5. He's got a softball league. So look out for that. You have to be subscribed to the DFS Army channel to get the notification for when these live streams are going to start. You got to be subscribed to the channel, guys. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I appreciate everybody for hanging out today. MLB at 5:30. Tomorrow, Best Balls and Brews with Fling. That's what's up. See you guys next time. Deuces.